Yeah.
Hello people, this is Link the Master, and I am going to give you a set review on my MOC that me and my brother made. His name is Destynax. Just to give you a layout of his size, I'll show you my hand over here. It's pretty dang big. So yeah. Whoops. He's not very stable, actually. Legs. Anyways, so yeah, Destynax is something I made a couple days ago. It is on the Bionicle gallery. So yeah, we made him a lot using Fenrax parts. We just ordered a Vaison and Fenrac, so we thought, hey, we only wanted Vaison, so why not build something out of Fenrac? We made this guy, along with a couple other pieces and stuff. So what first? Okay, I'll start off with the weapon. So I made this spear type thing. Kind of cool. Chained it to his arm. The way I touched it wasn't that great, but it works. That's about it on this. Alright, so my brother made the body. I'm not exactly sure how he made it, but it seems pretty complicated here. This is to attach the weapon on here. So it seems pretty complicated. I didn't bother trying to register at all. Yeah, so this is to keep his neck from moving, because originally it wobbled from side to side. Fixed that. His head is a little bit based on Fenrac's head build, except without the jaw. I replaced it with a Roshi head here. That it kind of moves every once in a while, and he looks like that one guy from Star Wars that owned Anakin a little bit. Bah! Slimo! Anyways, so yeah, his arm, my brother made that. It tends to pop off over here, but it's got this, I don't know what to call it, like pressure gauge or something like that. Keeps it from falling open and stuff too easily. It's fairly simple. But originally it couldn't even move up. Now it can. I also added that shoulder pad there that rotates with it out of a Tonuva armor. Not too great, but not too bad either. It attaches onto two joints, one over here, one over here. So his left arm is the exact same thing. Nothing different. Oh wait, actually there is something different. His wrist here, it doesn't go up past this, but it goes down. Originally we did it with this way, but then I decided to take Madelin's shoulder launcher and use it. Take this piece off so that he can move his wrist like that. It was really impractical before. The ball points here look kind of bare, so I made this. Or no, actually, well yeah, these were originally up on his shoulders, so I moved them down here when I made his arm. They kind of make a cool chest plate type thing. Sit down there. So yeah, he's pretty complicated, pretty bulky on the top there. And then his legs, those were extremely hard to come up with, and even so, well, they're really cool looking, but they're not very stable. I mean, like, it just pops off like that, just like that, on both ends, both here and here. It just pops off just like that. I used a Vaki, whatever you want to call that, on the outside to make it padded a bit. And on the inside I used this dagger type thing. His lower leg is really simple. I just stuck this on here. For some reason it's just a sure winner. I mean, it just looks really awesome whenever I do that. His foot is actually an awful lot like Makuta Icarax, except with this on top. The right one tends to fall off a lot. Yeah, and I added this to the back of it just to make it look, you know, pointy. From the back he looks like this. Yeah, I got these tubes here. I just felt like adding that. So yeah, a little story on him. So I'm writing a story on BZ Power, and this guy hasn't come into the story yet. Maybe he will by the time you've watched this video. But he was originally the first rahi created by Teridax. But he turned out to be too intelligent, so wasn't even considered a rahi. And Teridax tried to defeat him, but at that time he wasn't that powerful, so he was defeated by Destynax. Destynax wields power of fire, earth, and lightning. Yeah. I was actually really impressed when we finished this. I mean, it's like, I keep looking at this, and no matter how many times I see it, I always think, this is just so awesome. And, yeah, he's just really cool. Try to get a full body shot here. Yeah, we somehow managed to, despite our general lack of pieces, we really stayed true to his red, silver, black, and white color combination. And even so, white was really rare, like only on his foot and his hands. This is mostly red and silver. And we somehow managed to go along with that really well.
Tell him about his background.
I already said that.
Ah.
Yeah. And, here's a little spoiler if any of you are interested in reading my story. The story splits into two alternate stories. One in which Mavra, you may see him and find out about his story on my other mock video, which is already uploaded. So yeah, Mavra chooses to return the Great Spirit to the body, or to his own body, and he goes to Kartanui. This guy, and then Makuta is forced out of the Great Spirit, and Matanui reassumes his position at long last. But Makuta is still alive and takes over Mavra's body. And then he gradually, using stuff like antidermis, krata, and all that, creates, well, first of all, turns himself back into a Makuta from a Toa like Mavra. And then he gets a bunch of Makuta, or more if he creates them by putting 42 different kinds of krata and antidermis at the same time. Then he turns Akmau into a Makuta. He turns him into a Makuta, and then oh yeah, by this time Mavra has acquired 3 different masks, this was 4, that are generally rahi related, and then gets fused to create the Mask of Rahi, which now is in the hands of Makuta, so he basically controls Rakshi, Exotoa, Rahi, and Makuta, and Krata of course, but that's kind of goes with Rakshi. And he decides to mount an attack on Kartanui, where the Toa have now set up a base to defend the Codex. And during that battle, this guy, Destynax, has a fight with Teridax. Teridax manages to get away, and the rest I'll leave it up to you to find out. And in the alternate universe, this guy doesn't really come in much at all. I'm sure he will come in. I haven't really planned on how, but I've been focusing more on this story than the other. And yeah, so that's it really. I would have liked to have given him Vezon's cape, but I just think that would really be a crime, because Vezon just looks so cool in that cape. He just doesn't, I just can't picture him without it. Well, I can, but he looks really weird. So I thought it wouldn't do him justice to take it off of him. I decided to just leave him without the cape there. And besides, I tried it on before, it only comes down to like here. So yeah, this guy isn't perfect. He's really great, definitely better than Takanuva Mystica. He turned out terrible, if you ask me. Like, he can do a head bop. Bop, bop, bing. And yeah, so this guy turned out a lot better than Takanuva did. If you ask me, that is. I may include building instructions of some sort in the future, but for now I'll just give you a little close-up look at his legs, how I built them here. You can get a guide for Icarax's feet, but here, there's his foot anyways, here. Here's his calf, really easy to build. Then this is his leg, basically a little better look inside here. I hope you can see that. I've got these like pieces in here that attach both this and this to it. And I just have this. It's really simple, but it takes an awful lot of this. I used more of these making his legs than I even knew I owned. Yeah, so that's about it. See ya.